Good morning, guys. So we're going to be talking about Groundhog's Day this week. We talked a little bit last week about how seasons and weather change. Does anybody remember how many seasons we have in a year? Oh, that's right. We have 4 seasons. Can you tell me what the 4 seasons are? Spring, summer, winter, autumn. Does anybody remember another word for autumn? That's right. Autumn is another word for fall. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. Thank you, boys and girls. You guys are using those thinking brains already this morning. We're going to be talking about Groundhog's Day. Now, you might be wondering, why is Miss Span talking about a groundhog? And why does this groundhog have a special day? Well, Groundhog's Day is every year on February the 2nd. And there is a special groundhog that comes out on February the 2nd. And they say that if this groundhog sees his shadow, then he runs back into his burrow and we are going to have 6 more weeks of winter. But if he comes out and he doesn't see his shadow, then spring is coming soon. So we'll be looking at the video when we're in class this week to see whether the groundhog this year sees his shadow or whether he doesn't. And we'll see if maybe we're going to have a little more cold winter weather or if we're going to have some spring coming really, really soon. So I hope you guys enjoy a book that I have today called The Grumpy Groundhog. This is about a groundhog, and it's Groundhog Day, and he's grumpy. Let's see if we can figure out why the groundhog is grumpy, and let's see what happens in our story. The character of our story is a groundhog. See if you can remember at the end of the story what happened at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end, so that we can remember our story from beginning to end. It's important that we remember all of the details in our story as we are reading. Here we go. We're going to be reading Grumpy Groundhog by Maureen Wright, illustrated by Amanda Haley. So what does it mean when I say author? That's right. An author writes the words. What does it mean when I say illustrated by Amanda Haley? What did Amanda do right here on the front and throughout the book? That's right. She drew the pictures. She added the colors. Would it make sense if Amanda had drawn a picture of a zebra here on the front? Why would that not make sense? Oh, that's right. It wouldn't make sense because my title says Grumpy Groundhog. So my picture has to match the title for it to make sense. So Amanda Haley drew a picture of a groundhog that doesn't look very happy here on the front of the book because the word said Grumpy Groundhog. We always need our words to match our pictures, and our details in our drawing need to show what our words are saying. Good job, boys and girls. Here we go. We're getting ready to read. And Miss Bean might have to read the words first and then show you the picture, so I hope you can use your listening ears. Even if you can't see my book on your screen, you can use your listening ears and be thinking about what you think the picture might look like, and then Miss Bean will show you the picture after every page, okay? Because there's several words on here, and it's hard for Miss Bean to read it if I hold up the book just right on the screen. So I need you to use your listening ears, maybe think of a picture in your mind that goes with my story, and then I'll show you the picture. Do not disturb. The mayor stood before Groundhog's door and heard a rumbly-tumbly snore. Shh. Groundhog, he said, you're sleeping late. This is no time to hibernate. The people added with a shout, it's Groundhog Day, please come out. So if I look right here, I see the mayor, I see the groundhog right here. Got the snores coming out. People are shouting, hooray, it's Groundhog's Day. They're wanting him to come out. The mayor pleaded, I'll ask once more. So we've got the mayor looking inside here. What do you think these Z's mean? Yeah, that's a word. That's a sound of a snore. Shh, shh. The groundhog's still asleep. Won't you open up this door? Please come out and greet your friends. Groundhog's Day is here again. I won't come out, the groundhog said. I'm closing my eyes and staying in bed. I have an idea, said the boy in the crowd. He stepped to the front and spoke up loud. Give him a paper to read in bed. That's it, said the mayor, nodding his head. Groundhog opened his sleepy eyes. The Morning Times was a nice surprise. The groundhog took a very long time reading the paper line by line. The Morning Times. The headlines on the paper says, Groundhog won't come out. Crowd waits. So he's reading about himself in the newspaper because he won't come out. The people in town said with a shout, It's Groundhog's Day. Please come out. The mayor dropped to his knobbly knees and begged the groundhog, Come out, please. I won't come out, the groundhog said. I'm staying in here until I'm fed. Man, this groundhog sure is grumpy. I know what to do, a little girl said. Give the groundhog breakfast in bed. They served him food on a fancy tray, coffee and toast, and a flower bouquet. Groundhog poured coffee from the pot. This coffee is good. It's nice and hot. The people in town said with a shout, It's Groundhog Day. Please come out. I won't come out, the groundhog said. It's nice and warm in my cozy bed. A girl yelled, Give him slippers to wear. His bedroom floor is chilly in there. Of course, said the mayor. Find him a pair. His little tootsies are cold and bare. Groundhog never had slippers before. He did a jig all the way to the door. He twirled and shouted, Look at me. I'll step outside on the count of 3. The crowd yelled, 1, 2, 3, come out! Ta-da, he said, looking about. He blinked from the lights and the camera's glare. A child said, Give him sunglasses to wear. Hooray, said the mayor. No shadow today. The chilly weather is going away. The groundhog said, It's a wonderful day. I'll ask the children if they want to play. Let's make a snowman, the children cried. Groundhog had fun being outside. They made a snowman round and fat. It looked very nice in the mayor's hat. At the end of the day, the groundhog said, It's time for me to go back to bed. I had a fun day with all my friends. When spring comes early, I'll see them again. All right, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed my story about the grumpy groundhog who just didn't want to get out of bed, and they did all that they could to get him out of bed. So in the beginning of my story, we meet the grumpy groundhog. What happened in the middle of my story? How are they trying to solve the problem? What did they try to do to make the groundhog come out? That's right. They gave him a newspaper. What else? They gave him some breakfast. Good job, boys and girls, for saying that. What did they finally give the groundhog that made him want to come out? Let me think. The mayor said something was cold. What did they get for him? Oh, that's right. They got him slippers. Once he put slippers on, what did he want to do? He wanted to come out. Good job, boys and girls. So, the beginning of my story, the groundhog was really grumpy and didn't want to come out, didn't want to get out of bed. But the people of the town worked together. They worked together to find a way to make the groundhog come out, and they gave him some slippers, and that worked. And he came out. Now, did the groundhog see his shadow or not? That's right. This groundhog did not see his shadow, which meant that spring was going to be coming early. That's right. And at the end of my book, the groundhog didn't see his shadow, and he got back into bed, and he said when spring comes early, he's going to see them again. So he's probably going to hibernate just a little bit longer, and then when spring comes early, he's going to be out playing with all of his friends, because groundhogs in the springtime are out moving around. You guys might be able to see some groundhogs when you're outside. So I hope you guys enjoyed our Grumpy Groundhog book and enjoy learning about Groundhog Day this week and about how winter and all of the different seasons are different, and maybe what kind of clothes we need to wear in winter or spring or summer or autumn, what kind of weather we have in those seasons. I hope you guys are enjoying that. We'll see you in class.